Hello friends, it's Michael. Well, Christmas is over, but that doesn't mean the big give is. You see, long after the decorations are packed away in the attic, my family still shows generosity. Generosity is making someone's day by giving something away. I still haven't given my wife her big gift yet, but I've got it right here. Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a hint. It's something you wear. Okay, hint number 2. It helps you all day long. Give up? Too bad. Okay, keep thinking about it. There's one more gift I need to get, a very important one. You see, God gave us the biggest gift when he sent Jesus. So it seems only fair that I should give God something in return. But what? What do you get for someone who can make a universe? And how would I deliver it anyway? The postage to heaven has got to be out of this world. I'm kidding, of course. I know you can't mail a gift to God, but I wish there was something I could do to show him how much I appreciate all he's done for me. Well, in today's story, you'll learn about a group of wise men who traveled a long way to show their appreciation to God. They came bearing gifts, like this one. I'll give you another hint. It's not frankincense or myrrh. And another. It's been known to fly when you're having fun. Okay, maybe I'll show you what it is, maybe. Or maybe not.
The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one. About God's love for us. And now for an amazing story inspired by the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verses 1 to 12.
Far to the east of Bethlehem lived a group of scholars. Now, we don't know much about them, but they may have served as wise men in the court of a king, like the prophet Daniel did before them. At the time Jesus was born, some of these men stood out in a wide open field, gazing up at the night sky. We'll call 3 of them Zeb, Jeb, and Neb. Now Zeb had been gifted with the keen eyesight of an eagle.
Look, there's a brand new star. Right there, right up by the Big Dipper.
Jeb could solve any mathematical equation in seconds. It's precisely 15.4 days from the full moon, which means optimal viewing time for stars in this quadrant.
And Neb, well, he was pretty good with animals, especially camels.
Easy there, Rudolph. Now, why would a star just show up out of thin air?
These wise men, through the legacy of Daniel, may have known some of the Old Testament prophecies.
The Jewish writings.
A star shall come out of Jacob. A scepter shall rise out of Israel. So the star means a new king. Oh, come on, that's nothing to spit about.
We should pay him a visit.
The journey will take approximately 3.78 moons and require 9.4 bushels of provisions for us, plus what we'll need for the camels.
And gifts fit for a king.
The wise men prepared for their journey and set out across the desert.
I spy an oasis ahead.
We'll need precisely 11.27 liters of water for the next stage of the journey. Kick it into gear, Rudolph.
After months of travel, the wise men finally arrived in the city of Jerusalem.
Whoa there. Where do we go from here?
Excuse me, sir.
Where's the child who's been born to be king of the Jews?
We saw his star when it rose.
And now we have come to worship him.
The king, Herod, flew into a rage when he heard that there were strangers from the east asking questions about a new king.
No boss baby is taking my place.
He called together the chief priests and law experts.
Where is this so-called Messiah supposed to be born? Bethlehem?
Are you asking me or telling me?
Well, the prophet Micah, sir, writes about this.
But you, Bethlehem, are not the least important among the towns of Judah. A ruler will come out of you. He will rule my people Israel. Your Majesty.
Get me those strangers.
So I can treat them to dinner.
The wise men came before Herod.
When did the star show up for this boss baby?
I mean, new king. Well, if you measure by the lunar calendar, dividing each moon into an equilateral...
Ugh! Go find the kid in Bethlehem and report back to me. So I can go and worship him too.
We'll bring an eyewitness report.
And a detailed map. Rudolph, that's rude.
The wise men set off on the final stage of their long journey.
Look, there's the star, standing right over Bethlehem.
I'd say our destination is approximately 6.1 miles away.
The star seemed to stop right over a small house near the edge of town.
Right here, Rudolph.
A young woman, Mary, opened the door.
Hello? Excuse him.
We've come to see the new boss baby, king.
Mary smiled and welcomed the men inside, where they found a young child watching them with shining eyes.
We've been given so much.
We want to give the best we have to honor the new king.
The men knelt down on the floor before Jesus, and each offered one of the gifts they'd carried so far.
Gold.
Frankincense.
Myrrh. Oh, and if you want a recalcitrant camel too, we'll just throw him in.
Meeting God's son was pure joy. But that night, the wise men's dreams were troubled, as God sent them a strong warning.
I've seen it. We can't go back to Herod.
His story just doesn't add up.
Yeah, plus Rudolph doesn't like him.
The next day, the wise men began their trip home on a different route. They were filled with joy to have discovered God's great gift.
Think about what the wise men did. Think of the distance they traveled and the risks they took. It took time, it took planning, it took sacrifice. Giving to God cost them something. But how do you and me give to God? Would myrrh be a good gift for God today? Where does one buy myrrh anyway? Do you even need myrrh? How do you give to God? I think one way you can give to God is by giving to the people He's created. And wouldn't it be great if you gave not to bring honor to yourself, but to bring honor to God? When you give like that, your gifts, they will take time and planning. They'll take sacrifice. Your gifts will cost you something. And that's totally worth the cost, because God is totally worth whatever gifts you can give Him. The one thing to remember today is this: give like you're giving to God. Show God you appreciate all He's done for you by loving and giving to other people. That's why my family does the Big Give. To show that we love each other, sure, but also to show God how much we love Him. I really hope my wife likes the big gift I have for her. I think she will. She's really been wanting one. You know what it is yet? Something you wear that's not frankincense or myrrh. It helps you all day long, and when you're having fun, it flies. You guessed it! It's a new car! I'm kidding! It's a watch! It's a gold watch! I can't fit a car in my pocket.